What's up, my people? It's your boy, Mr. Getting It Done. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about all things credit and real estate. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, please consider subscribing and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm and share this video for somebody that may need it. So this video today, my beautiful people, we're going to talk about paying an account off early. Somebody commented, and I apologize, I couldn't find the comment to use the name as a reference point, but somebody commented on one of my videos about paying your account off early. Okay, and there's a multitude of reasons why you do not want to pay an account off early. Most people think that when you pay an account off early that you're doing yourself a solid, but your score goes down because you're doing yourself a disservice. So let's say, for an example, you go to the dealership and you take out an auto loan for 5 years. The average used auto loan is about 5 years unless you lease, which it can be shorter, but we're going to use, for this example, 5 years. Go to the dealership, you get yourself a vehicle for 5 years, and now 30 days afterwards that loan has now hit your credit report, right? $20,000 loan, 5 years, right? Just hit your credit report. So what happens is, now that information is on your credit report, that age, that 5 years has now hit your credit report and it's attached to that account. So when you go out and you pay it off in a year because you came up on a little bit of cheddar cheese, and you pay it off in a year because you don't want to continue to make payments on this car, and you think you're saving yourself, yes, you're going to save yourself on interest, but you think you're saving yourself from taking a hit. You're going to take a hit on your credit score, right? Because now that 5 years has hit your credit profile and you paid it off in 1 year, so now that 5 years has hit your credit profile. It's expecting you to pay it off over that period of time. So now the window's like this: when you pay it off in a year, you shorten that window, right? And because you shorten the window, you went against the algorithm and your score took a hit as a result, because now you've affected the age on that account. The original age was 5 years, and 15% of your credit score is is age. So that's why your credit score goes down when you pay off an account early. Now, instead of paying an account off early, for those of you that are like, yo, I got 20, 30,000, let's use 20,000. I got 20,000 and I don't want a car payment, blah, blah, blah. I just want to pay it off in cash, blah, blah. I get it. I used to be like that, what I'm saying? When I was younger, I didn't want to, take out a loan either. I thought paying cash, saving up my money, paying cash was the right thing to do. That's what I was taught because I was ignorant about credit at the time. So let's say you're one of those people. I want to pay 20,000, blah, blah. So if you're one of those people, when you pay cash or you use your debit card for anything, and I do mean anything, you get zero rewards. Zero. They don't reward you for using your credit card, and they damn sure don't reward you for using cash, right? So now you've used your debit card, and because you had to enter your PIN, now you've put your personal funds that are in your checking account at risk of being stolen, taken, hacked. Okay? When you use a credit card, you have zero liability because they have fraudulent protection on credit cards. When you use your credit card, you get rewards points, you get travel points, you get restaurant points, right? You might get cash back depending on the type of card. So you get rewarded for using that money. That money that you were going to, that's called anyway money. You were going to use it anyway. So because you're going to use it anyway, use the credit to get rewarded. Okay, that's how you play the credit game. You want to use the bank's money, right? And because you're going to spend the cash anyway, use the bank's money, the credit card, and go ahead and then pay that back with your cash, but get the reward in the middle. Okay, and you build credit when you use a credit card. You do not build credit when you use cash, and you do not build credit when you use a debit card. Okay, so I digress, my people. So you're like, yo, I got 20 bands. I'm trying to go out and buy this car cash. Listen, I implore you to let's leverage that 20,000, okay, so that we can get your credit right. Because at some point, I don't care how old you are or like what your mindset is, at some point you're gonna need your credit for one thing or another. So having that in mind, just run this play. So you got 20,000, you're gonna take that 20,000, you're gonna put it to the side. You're gonna go to the dealer, you're gonna find the vehicle. Your vehicle's 20,000. Okay, you're gonna put down 5,000. On average, that's what most people put down. You know what I'm saying? Tax, title, a couple of dollars for down payment, right? So you put that 5,000 down, and so now you finance 15,000. Okay, so remember, you have 20 cash, right? So you're gonna just put that aside. You're gonna take 5,000. You're gonna use it as a down payment on that vehicle that costs 20, right? And then you're gonna finance the other 15. Excuse me. So you finance the other 15. Okay. So now, okay. So peep game. Like, follow me on this. Follow me on this, right? So now, 30 days later, now that you financed the car, they're gonna finance you the 15,000. 30 days later, that account's gonna report to your credit report, right? So now you're gonna have a $15,000 auto loan on your credit report. Boom. All right. You still got the 15,000 in your bank, right? You use 5 of that as a down payment. So now your first payment, right? Let's say, whatever. Let's say the payment is like $300 or $400, whatever it is. Your first payment is gonna, you put down 90%. 90% of the 15,000 is what you're gonna put down as your first payment, right? So let's do that real quick for numbers. You know what I'm saying? So 15,000 times 90%. So you're gonna put down $13,500. Okay, again, this is part of the 20 that you originally had. You put 5 down, you got it down to 15, you financed the 15, okay, and now on the first payment, 30 days after, you pay down 90%, which is $13,500. Boom. So now, what have you done right there? You've eaten up all the interest, okay, because for the first 3 years, 70% of your car payment is straight to interest. Right, you don't need you and a little bit goes to principal. You don't start really chopping down that principal until like year 3, right? Because you got all these interest payments up front. So by you paying 90% down on the first payment, you've knocked out that interest. Bam. Right. So now that's number one. Okay, that's the one. That's the first powerful thing. You've killed the interest. The second powerful thing is you have a $15,000 auto loan that just reported in 30 days, and then now that you paid $13,500, right, 90% on month 2, that's going to report out, right? So now on month 2, you have a $15,000 trade line, and now you're gonna now you have on month 2, now you got a balance of $1,500, right? So that shows right there that, okay, this individual has paid off 90% of this loan and they just got it. Boom. Right? So now your overall debt on your credit report goes down. Okay, you didn't pay it off, you paid it down. So now your overall debt goes down, and it keeps your DTI, right, your debt to income ratio, at a beautiful level, right? So now you got less debt on your credit report. So now you're able to go out and run another play, get another auto loan, go out and get, approved for credit cards, personal loans, whatever, because you've limited that debt. You've paid down that debt. You're not gonna pay it off. Okay, so now you've paid it down, right? So now you have a $1,500 balance. You have a $1,500 balance over a 5-year period. So you can literally pay $1 for the remaining of that 5 years. You can pay $1 a month until you pay that loan off, right? And for those of you that are like, what are you talking about, $1? So, right, if you have a car payment right now, okay, let's say it's a $200 car payment, right? Let's say, right now we're in August, so your August payment's due, and your car payment is $200. Now you pay $400 on that, right? Let's say you just pay $400. You have some extra bread, whatever. Instead of paying the 2, you pay the 4. So now, when you look at your statement, right? Once you pay that $400, when you look at your statement's going to say that your payment's not due to August, September, October. Your payment's not going to be due till October because you made a double payment, right? Instead of paying 2, you pay 4. So now it's not going to ask for a payment in September. It's going to ask for the payment in October, right? Because you paid the extra. So because you're paying that $13,500, right, up front in your first 30 days, that payment, they're not gonna, your next payment is not gonna due for like years down the line when you look at your statement. But you're not gonna not make any payments, because now a little bit of interest will start to accrue because you're not making any payments. So you just literally pay $1 to offset that minute interest that's gonna like you know, compound over time, because it's 5 years. So you just pay $1, right, until you pay that puppy off. So now you've kept it open for the 5 years that it's required to, so you can maximize your credit score. And then, you know, you've used the money that you use, that anyway money that you were about to spend on the car anyway. You use that anyway money, and you leveraged it to put your credit in a beautiful position, man. So now you've got a $15,000 trade line paid off within a 5-year period. You have 90% of it paid off within the 30-day window, and now your credit profile is looking sexy, man. Your score is looking great. You know, if you want to go out and get another vehicle, you can, and run the same play. Like if you want to go out and get a personal loan, maybe life happens, maybe you want to do something to your house, maybe whatever the case is, now you have an established credit profile, and you've leveraged the cash that you have on hand to go ahead and run a play. You know what I'm saying? And not pay it cash. Because if you would have took that $20,000 and paid it and bought the car, you got 0 rewards for that. You didn't get rewarded for that. So I'd rather get rewarded on $20,000 trade line on my credit profile, which I know that at some point in my life, it may not need it now, but at some point I'm gonna need it. So let me go ahead and set myself up. You know what I'm saying? So never pay an account off early, my people. If you got the bread, pay it down. Pay 90% of it down, right? Or pay it down as low as you want. 95%, 90%. Don't pay it off in full, and then literally pay $1, $2, $3, whatever the case is, until that loan is paid off. But keep it open for that window of time. All right, my beautiful people, I hope that makes sense. I had all that information written on the board, but this video is already 12 minutes. It's already long enough. So I hope that I strung it out this long because I wanted to like paint the picture to be as accurate and as informative and as impactful as possible, so that you can understand. Don't pay off an account early. Pay it all the way down, 90%. Keep it open the term, whatever the term is, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Keep it open that term so that you can maximize your credit score. Okay, so thank you for tuning in, my beautiful people. I hope that was helpful. I hope that was impactful. I hope everybody is smashing their goals. I hope everyone's well. Hope everyone's healthy. I hope everyone's beautiful. And I want everybody to keep their foot on the gas, man, in 2023, so you can get into 2024 strong, man. We out here building wealth for us and our families. So if somebody, if somebody needs to hear this, man, please share it with them. I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys commenting. I appreciate all you guys asking questions. And let's grow together, man. So I'm sharing all of my experience, all of my tips, all of my hacks, all of my knowledge to help people like me level up. I came from the projects. I came from nothing. I don't come from wealth. I don't come from a rich family. I come from poverty, man. Projects, borderline destitute, you can even say. You know what I'm saying? But I made it a purpose to learn credit after I jacked mine up, to get in a position to leverage credit. I went down a rabbit hole, and boom, I'm able to live the lifestyle that I like and love for me and my family. I'm able to do whatever I need to do. I'm able to build wealth, teach it to my kids so I can break the generational curse, man. Abundance is our birthright, my people. Remember that. Stay beautiful, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.